Vaccine passports are live, and New York has become the first state to enable blockchain-powered vaccination passports built on top of IBM's Digital Health Pass. And they have already had a successful trial at a Brooklyn Nets NBA game. And I wanted to make this video because when it comes to blockchain, it's not just about crypto. Blockchain is just a way of keeping data, keeping information, but it is a very accurate way to keep data. That's why Bitcoin uses blockchain, because you're taking the monetary supply and you're making sure that it is accurate. So just like blockchain can be used for good, there are those that argue that blockchain can also be used for evil. And in this video, we're going to speak about a blockchain-powered vaccination passport, both the positives and the negatives. And I also want you guys to drop your opinions and comments down below to let me know what you think about a blockchain-powered vaccination passport. And with that being said, let's get into the content. Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. New York's vaccination passport is powered by IBM's Digital Health Pass, which is designed to support privacy as its core feature. So the first thing I wanted to address before we get into the positives and the negatives is the aspect of privacy and HIPAA. Many argue that this violates HIPAA law. HIPAA is a US law which protects users' personal medical information. However, it doesn't really apply in this situation because New York State or IBM won't be freely disclosing your medical information. Instead, they will be giving it to you, and then it will be your decision on whether you want to release that information to a company or to an establishment. However, it's a bit tricky because in the situation of something like New York, as this program rolls on, you will essentially need this passport to use almost every service, just services of daily life. So it really won't be a decision. You will pretty much have to disclose your information without really having a choice. So of course, we know about the positives of a vaccination passport. We don't have to go too deep into that. We know with a vaccination passport, businesses can open, people can go back to work. But of course, this comes at a cost. On the opposite end, there are those that believe this is akin to intrusive surveillance tactics employed by the Chinese government. In China, they have the social credit system. It's a system that rewards you based off of your behavior. And if you're good or if you're bad, you will be able to do certain things, and then there are certain things you won't be able to do, and it creates inequality. And the fear here is that a vaccination passport will create similar inequalities. Depending on whether you have the vaccine, will allow you to enter certain establishments. And it would create a two-tiered caste system. Almost everywhere you go, you would need to show proof of your vaccination. And on this channel, I like to make things practical. So imagine you wake up, you go outside to your Uber, you need to show your vaccine passport. Maybe you get in your car, drive to the supermarket, vaccine passport. Then you go to the gas station, go in to get a drink, vaccine passport. Then you go to the gym, vaccine passport. Then you go to the movies, bowling, dinner, meet up with your friends, vaccine passport. Everywhere you need to go, you need to show your vaccine passport. But there are those in favor of the vaccine passport stating it's something we already do. All 50 states have legislation that requires certain immunizations for public school children. But this is a bit different because when it comes to public school vaccinations, this is only one sector, and not everyone goes to public school. People go to other schools, and there's also, of course, many other sectors outside of school. But when it comes to something like a vaccine passport, the idea is that it will be needed to use everything, almost like you won't really have a choice. But on top of the inequalities, not everyone will have access to the vaccine. And civil liberties groups have also expressed concerns that vaccine passports could have a negative impact on already marginalized groups. We already live in a world today with marginalized groups and with people being treated differently and inequalities based off of their age or their race. And this would only make it worse. Because if we have vaccine passports, the bottom line is not everyone will get it. It's that simple. Not everyone will get it. There will be those that oppose it. There will be those that don't have access to it. And then there will be those that physically can't receive it. Some of the contraindications to getting a COVID vaccine are severe allergic reactions. So the bottom line is not everyone will receive the vaccine. And the American Civil Liberties Union raised ethical questions surrounding immunity passports as early as May 2020, long before any vaccines were approved, warning that they could exacerbate existing racial disparities, harming workers of color and people with disabilities in particular. As mentioned again, not everyone will get the vaccine. There will be those that oppose it, those that don't have access, and those that it is contraindicated for. So when you have a place like New York, I want to make this practical again. Let's say you travel to New York, you get a test to prove that you don't have COVID, right? Let's say you get it 3 days before. You show up in New York, and then after 3 days, you want to go to the restaurant, you want to go to the movies, you want to go bowling, you want to go to the mall, except you don't have a vaccine passport and you are not allowed to enter that establishment. So this will happen, right? There is no world where we're going to have vaccine passports where 100% of the people have it. There will be those 110% that do not get the vaccine, that do not have a vaccine passport. So what happens? We're already living in a world where there are those that are marginalized. There are those that are being treated differently based off of their race, based off of their age. And we're only going to make this much worse. So of course, the name of this channel is called the Bitcoin Express. And Bitcoin was created out of libertarian ideas. Ideas of freedom to control your life, freedom to control your money, and also to maintain your privacy. And something like a vaccine passport goes against all of that. It is on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And I want to know what you guys think about a blockchain-powered vaccine passport. Is it a good idea? Will we get back to normal life? Or is it very dangerous in the long run? So let me know down low in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.